the Tycan, whatever, Turbo. It's pretty cool. It's all electric, apparently. It looks like the Panamera inside. But all electric. I wonder if it's a front engine or a back engine. Not sure. This one's kind of cool. 166,000. Cheap, everybody. Cheap. What do you guys think? Alpha Black Lotus 9.5 or Tycan Turbo? Put in the comments below.
Vintage Magic. Game, collect, invest. For more information about our consulting and professional services, visit vintagemagic.com.
All right, guys, welcome back. I'm with a special guest, Scotty V.
Scotty V.
Scotty V. Scotty V is, we're in Tacoma, Washington. We're buying a Porsche. No. We're just at the Porsche dealership. Scotty's, I'm getting my car service, but Scotty is an old school kind of player, been around the block since the 90s, right?
Yeah, since kind of the beginning of the game.
Beginning of the game. So why don't you take it away, tell us how you got started and about the game and stuff.
Well, I've always been a gamer most of my life. Started with Dungeons and Dragons when I was super young and got into that. Dungeon Master, got into collecting lead figurines, and then over time, a lot of friends that game. Then they came out with this card game, Magic the Gathering. So, you know, through friends, through the girlfriend at the time that worked for the company, started playing, lightly collecting. Really love the game, the simplicity of it all. Just a great game. Love the artwork, the dynamics of building your own deck. Just a real fun game, and spent many years playing, lightly collecting. Then sure enough, you get older, your friends start moving away, you play a little less, and the cards just start sitting in the box collecting dust.
And that's how we kind of discussed it. You watched some of my videos.
I saw Daniel's videos. Yep. I was thinking, well, maybe it's time to pull these cards out, you know, see what they're worth, and then maybe, you know, not using them anymore. Let's maybe, you know, get rid of them.
So were you within the garage or?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay, garage.
Because I kind of been moving around the last few years dealing with the divorce. So once I got a little settled in the new house up by Lake Tapps, then I started to go through my stuff and still downsizing. And I found all my cards, started putting them together. I knew I had some of value, but a lot of my cards were pretty well played. You know, I played my cards. Yeah. I do give credit to the ex-girlfriend who worked for the company who, you know, gave me so many cool cards and gave me the international edition that I've sold to Daniel. I think that was the real moneymaker of this whole thing. But
that was a nice set.
Yeah,
so so you don't have to say her name because that's irrelevant, but when did she work at the Wizards?
Oh, in the beginning, like literally right when they opened that Renton branch, I think was their first place.
So 93.
Yeah, wow. Because before then wasn't Garfield in the garage, working on this garage. Right. So when they opened that Renton plant, she got in there, kind of ground floor with Ron Richardson and some other people I knew. And I used to go down for tours of the Wizards of the Coast and meet some of the artists. And really because of her, my card collection really grew really fast.
Yeah. How long did you guys date, by the way? I'm just curious.
Oh, you know, many years actually.
Oh, okay.
Probably, yeah, off and on for quite a few years.
But you never got married. That wasn't the one you got married with.
No. Okay. This was Michelle 1, I married Michelle 2.
Two Michelles, okay. Yeah. Well, let's leave it at that. So back in the day, is there anything interesting with Magic? Like the quirks, any stories that might have stood out to you? Or like things that people may not know back in the, like, you know how it's kind of weird now, right? With the internet and everything.
Yeah, no, back then it was real wholesome, you know? You get your deck together, you meet up with your friends, and then you just play and have fun, and you realize real quick that one friend's got a better deck than you. My friend Brian is ruthless. He had what's called the deck of wah, and it would just make you go wah. And you know, I always had a hard time building my decks, building them thin, because thin is, you know, I always had fatter decks, not as effective. The thinner decks, if you can get a thin deck that's effective, stick with that. But I love the dynamics, you know, I love red, black, I love all the colors, and then over time we're playing less and less, and then when we do play, my friends would show up with like a tournament deck and say, okay, we're not using our decks, here's a tournament deck, one booster, and we'd play it that way. So I was playing religiously for 15 years or something. I did get my ex-wife into the game, she enjoyed it. Started playing on, when we fly across country, bringing out our cards and playing on the flights, so I always enjoyed the game.
Right. Yeah, so I was looking through your collection, guys. What I'll do is, after this part of the video, I'll pan and do I kind of broke down his collection a little bit, and I'll show you. It's just, you know, things you guys have seen, but at the same time, it's also nice to see some old cardboard. But I noticed you were just really a player. You had a lot of cards that were played, played. You know, the international was mint. But the other cards were, you like to make, they were in decks. Yep. And I could see that you like black and red because there's a lot of red and black cards.
Yep.
So what was it about red and black, or, you know, the aggro thing versus control?
The red, you know, you have your quick lightning bolts and fireballs, and more importantly, your stone rains destroy the person's land. So yeah, I really like that aspect of the red, you disintegrate your fireballs, obviously your Shivan Dragon. And then black, you know, you got your favorite cards, your Demonic Hordes, Royal Assassin, Demonic Tutors, thing like that. I like things to move along quick, so I like playing with Howling Minds.
It's annoying.
Howling Minds, get the game going. Let's get a bunch of cards out there. But I was always learning, and always really enjoyed the game. Yeah. Even though I'm selling my collection, I hope I'm still going to go out and buy some new decks and play maybe some of the new generation stuff I haven't played. Yeah.
You have this you have a great attitude about it. Seriously, man. So, by the way, side note, Scott is a business owner. He has a roofing business. Yep. And he interestingly told me during this whole COVID situation that the business actually was really busy, right?
It was. We were doing something right, because we were busy before this started. I mean, I've been constantly starting to pass up work just because I don't have enough guys to do all my work. We're constantly like 2 months out. And many years ago, when my father ran the company, it was my father's company, we would work hard 8 months out of the year, take 4 months off, and go ski and snowboard. You know, we're big into the snow sport. Well, my father's kind of gotten out of the business. I brought a partner in, and now that I work all year round, there's no break. Roofing is, and then the pandemic hit, and we're like even busier. People are staying home, spending money on their house, so the roofing business is quite good, which I'm blessed with so many people not working and being off work, that I'm blessed to have plenty of work.
You guys have that same situation? I actually got my deck done during this situation, so it goes to show you during the last 3 months or so, the home projects business was really explosive, I would say. On fire, yeah. Crazy. And people kind of, times have changed now where people are now thinking about working from home, you know, or doing their own thing.
Good. We need less people on our roads.
Yeah, it's true, it's true. Yeah. All right, so back to a couple more Magic stuff. So if you, your friend Brian you mentioned, was he more of a tournament player?
No, not tournament player, but once again, old school gamer. I met him a little later in life, so I wasn't really playing Dungeons and Dragons with him, but I could tell right away. We met because of motorcycles. I'm a big moto guy. Got it. And we met motorcycles up in Bellevue one day, and we, but yeah, he opened my eyes to more games. Some of them were from Wizards of the Coast. Right. I think they did Guillotine, which was another card game. Robo Rally, the board, BattleTech. So we started playing around a bunch of the other different games from Wizards of the Coast. All enjoyable, but still not as cool as Magic.
So back in the day, tell me how it was. Did you go to a card shop with Michelle? How did it work to play and all that? How'd you find gamers?
No, I didn't play as much at card shops. I played more with friends.
Okay.
Yeah, I really did. I'd go to card shops more, like if I needed that jewel land or I was searching for that one card. That's when I'd go to the card shops. Okay. But Yeah, not as much playing in card shops. I think Wizards of the Coast opened that gaming room up.
Their own, yeah.
Back in the day, and I was always intrigued to go down and play with other people.
What was it called? It was called. What was it called?
I'm not sure, but I know it was like right in the heart of the industry.
Yeah, it was basically like they had their own gaming centers,
yeah.
Their own game thing, just like the Microsoft Store or the Apple Store.
Yeah,
back in the day.
So anybody could show up with their decks and play.
Right.
You know?
And they got rid of that model, huh? Yeah.
Yeah, that I don't know how long it lasts, 5, 10 years, and then it kind of faded away.
Yeah. I think overhead and stuff are a whole.
This is new to me.
Yeah. All right, guys. So this is some interesting stories. Last questions are just kind of like the collection, the cards and stuff. In your collection of things, is there? Did you ever I noticed that you has a Mox Jet because you like black, but the Power 9. I know you have some dual lands in there, but revised dual land. I think you had a scrub land in there. What is it about like the Power 9? Back in the day, was that a thing?
It was not a thing.
Really?
Yeah, not so much. I actually didn't know about the Power 9 until recently, watching your videos and other videos. I always knew there were certain cards that were worth some money. All the Moxes in general, Time Walk, things like that. The Power 9, that's all in the international set, right?
Yeah, but like the Black Lotus. I mean, have you ever the fabled Black Lotus?
I never knew the value of the card, hence I wouldn't have been playing it that hard. Plastic sleeves didn't come in until later in our life because we're all about playing the game.
This is back in the early '90s, the beginning.
Yeah, when I went in the game, it wasn't about collecting as much until the previous girlfriend and Legends came out. Then I started realizing, okay, some of these cards are worth some money, and let's get maybe some of these under sleeves.
Yeah.
But I don't think I had any alphas in my collection.
I think you had like one random one for some reason. Yeah.
Which surprised me.
I know you wouldn't know. It's like one random.
Most of my collection was unlimited and betas, but I think I have cards from everything series that came out for how many years.
So cool, man. All right, guys. Well, hope you guys enjoy it. I'm going to do a little sorting with the cards. I'll cut to the video. Scotty, thanks again, man. Hey. Glad to see you're healthy. And guys, this is a great story, man.
Hey, thanks for taking the time.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for coming out.
Magic cards, take my collection and educate me.
Yeah, I mean, it's great because people, there's going to be people that are really, the people that are really going to enjoy your collection are the players. And the players are really what make the game special,
True that.
I mean, yeah, it is a collectible, but it's also, first and foremost, the game now, I don't know if you knew this, was online, like Magic, like an e-sport thing.
I haven't gone.
But it's absolutely addictive, right? It's crazy. All right, guys, take care. Have a good day. Have a good week.
Thank you.
Take care, man. Hey everyone, it's Daniel Chang with VintageMagic.com. In this video, I want to run through our consultation service on VintageMagic.com. So what's really exciting to me about the consultation process is meeting you. I've met so many incredible people in the Magic the Gathering industry all over the world, and this consultation process is the key part to a successful working relationship. Getting hold of me is very simple. You could call or email me. We'll talk more about your needs. From all that information I gather in our call, typically about an hour long, I'm going to determine the best solution for you. So because we have such a suite of services that we offer, I'm going to sit down with a follow-up call, and then we're going to go off and determine what the best path is. I have experience in handling conversations in regards to large collections of artwork, sets of cards, either if it's graded or ungraded, raw cards. I also have dealt with collections with lots of misprints and oddities. Altered cards, sketch cards, and artist proofs are also one of my specialties. My experience in Magic Gathering has gone to any level of collecting you may have. I look forward to working with you.
Vintage Magic. Game, collect, invest. For more information about our consulting and professional services, visit vintagemagic.com.